Hey everyone, hope you're doing alright. Welcome back to another Diablo 2 Resurrected Assassin build guide video. This time around it's the Storm Lash Kixen. Name giving unique here. This Scourge requires level 82 though, so it's a end game unique. And yeah, it's just insane. A lot of on striking effects, which are great with this Dragon Tail and Kick. Fastest ability in Diablo 2. Procs this all the time. So we have the tornado on striking, we have a static field on striking, which is insane. 50 attack speed thanks to the Shael rune, which brings me a nice attack speed frame for the kick. The enhanced damage doesn't matter on the weapon. Little tip when trading for this, like first of all, this is super cheap. The setup right now, which I'm showing you, if we take the conviction aura out of the equation, this is fairly budget though and insanely powerful. More about that in a second when we jump in some gameplay. Yeah, the enhanced damage doesn't matter for the kick, so when trading, I would argue, hey, it's a low roll. Come on, man, I give you a cool rune for this or something, you know what I mean? And bam, you have the absolute this endgame weapon. Lightning Absorb is nothing to sleep on because it's very, very good for Ubertrist. Like the setup right now, first of all, the majority of my 2000 torches I farmed with this. And second of all, it's the perfect, well-rounded setup for farming and the Ubers, in my humble opinion. So yeah, that's the most important item in the build, I would guess. For my remaining gear, I prefer duress armor here. Very budget and insanely powerful on this kick build. Again, my almost 2000 torches I farmed up with this armor. Not Enigma, not 42, none of that. Most of the time I've been using duress because for the massive chance of open wounds mainly, and the added cold damage is insane. Also hits like a truck. My helm here is G-Face with a 15 IS jewel and also had a little bit of poison res on there, why not? Metal Grid for the amulet. We have insane amounts of attack rating. Before Metal Grid, a good roll here can be expensive in trading. Before that, it's just Angelic combo and does the trick as well, just for attack rating. Upgraded boots, in my case here Gore Rider, nice offensive stats, open wounds and crushing blow, 30 run walk, a dual leech ring, could be just a mana leech ring. For Ubers in particular, this could be a Wisp projector for more lightning absorb. So let's say Wisp, T-Gods, and this lightning absorb from Stormlash. You can literally stand AFK in players 8 souls in a bail run. And it's so much absorb that like the life regeneration is more than the incoming lightning damage then, and it looks like as if the lightning damage would be healing you. Players 8 souls. Test it. It's absolutely insane. Totally, it's invincible at this point. My other ring is a Ravenfrost, mainly for Cannot Be Frozen, and yeah, attack rating, attack rating, attack rating. Nice cheetah gloves here, Draco's live tap on striking, procs immediately when engaging these monsters with Dragonflight, for example. They vary quite a bit in terms of the roll. I think that's a decent roll, I'm not too sure. Also, like, flat strength is great for the build. Improves the flat damage from this Dragon Tailing greatly, but most of the damage comes from Crushing Blow. Storm Shield to be insanely tanky, and yeah, I don't have to worry about anything. The moment I throw this in there, plus Fade, it's insane. Even with Amp from, let's say, Matrion Stan or something, still pretty tanky and safe. I put the Rune in here for additional resistances. On swap, a buff up, and a skill shield to improve the buff up. Inventory, attack rating stuff, because max damage doesn't work with a kick. There's no point in using martial arts skillers because, in my humble opinion, it will make the build clunky. The more, like the fewer kicks, the better. I'd rather click it. Well, it's effectively just hold left click down, right? But when moving, you're locked in this animation, so I'd rather have fewer kicks and not 7, where I think 8 would be the max. It's horrible, in my humble opinion. Because I have a torch and an Annie. Torch is insanely cheap this season, guys, because of this mosaic nerf, basically. Like, I looked it up. I could get on hardcore, leather hardcore, I tried to get a torch on my hardcore. This is softcore, by the way, but on my real season, what's it, season 14, season 15? On my real season assassin, I've looked it up. I found a Mal rune. Like, can I get a torch for this? Bro, Mal is too expensive. For like 5, people were listing torches for 5 random Uber keys. Because they removed Mosaic, right? So everything assassin is super cheap this season. Amazing. Appreciate that. No complaints. And any, of course, for extra XP mainly. And resistances, of course, come in handy when doing Ubers. You can't have enough resistances versus Uber Mephisto. Preferably have 85 capped after Conviction Aura. So you need a ton of resistances, plus Fate, plus res on the gear, and so on. And then it's just a walk in the park. Yeah, I would say let's hop in a game real quick. What I almost forgot about to mention is this weapon has almost 500 flat lightning damage. Doesn't show up, but it's added to the kick. So we have the 500 from here. We have 50 lightning damage from here. And even stack lightning damage on some small sharps. And this plus Conviction Aura from Infinity makes this so smooth. Like, it melts foes. It's absolutely insane. Speaking of the Merc real quick, it's a Might Merc. It's mainly for Infinity. And he has Chains of Honor, 2 to all skills, and Andaria is also 2 to all skills to bring up this Might Aura. One should not particularly farm on this build, but this is basically... If someone wants to farm on a Kixin, this is a great setup to do so. Let's kite a few of them together. And show you the nice tech with like the lightning damage and the Death Sentry and Conviction Aura. So I would blind them, place a few Death Sentries, jump in, kick the first monster down, and that's it. Everything else just folds over. Of course, this is players 1. It's by no means a players 8 build, but this is viable to use for farming, right? Even though this should be mainly just farming keys and doing the Ubertrist or D-Clown. Oh my... Okay, it's just a Sol rune. Don't drop me a high rune here on non-ladder. Please, no. That would be mad. I have really good RNG this season, it's insane. I did 1 Countess run on Hell, hardcore, and I found the Mal rune. Very first run. Okay, that bow is probably crap. Let's kill the Cow King real quick, and then do Trev, and then do a Needle Attack. Something like this. Look at this. Bam, bam, bam. It's just all Death Sentry, Death Sentry. It's all just Death Sentry Corpse Pops. And it's 50 physical and a 50 fire. Ooh. Damn. It would be a nice... What's it called? Hysteria now? Hysteria for the Act 2 Merc, maybe? This would be a 4 socket. That's like an Ist rune then. Lol. Not bad. Blind, place the traps, jump in. It's all the lightning damage in my gear. He's Fizz immune. Let's check out this Morchan. Oh, two even. It's a nice one. Little bit low on the lightning damage. I'm not sure what's the max on these. What's my best? That's a decent one. 44 lightning damage. It's almost like the T-Gods on a small charmer, you know what I mean? Not sure what's the max, maybe 50. Maybe the pricing of the items are relevant a little bit for some people who play online trade. So it depends on if it's softcore or hardcore. But overall, I would consider this to be budget, especially this season where they kicked out Mosaic. And all of a sudden an assassin torch with even one stat 20 costs like 5 Uber keys. It's absolutely insane. So the weapon itself, yes, it is insanely good, but what builds are using this? Next to none. Maybe the meme Stormlash Frenzy Barb and this. That's the only two builds I have in mind right now where this weapon would be great. So there's next to no use for it, hence it's very cheap. I wouldn't pay more than a pull or a Lamrune for this, depending on the Lightning Absorb roll. This one can be a little bit more expensive, depending on the roll. I would highly recommend looking for, like, prioritize the attack rating before the resistances. 20 points into Fate is the solution to everything here, but attack rating is more important. So maybe an rune if it's a good roll. This helm basically for free. Maybe one ruby or a Ral rune. The 15 IS jewel is actually more expensive than the helm itself. The armor, get any elite base. Free socketed armor, I have it in the Kraken shell for style points. It's a 1 frame slower when walking, but doesn't matter. Yeah, costs an rune. Storm Shield, if it's softcore, is basically for free, like 1 Ral, 2 Ral. Or what I always like to say is, every single item on here can be traded for one Uber key. It can be traded for 1 Uber key. So it is very, very fast to get this gear going. Dracul's may be the most expensive in the build. I usually pay around a Mal rune if I want this early in the season. Gore Rider as well. Like the Gore Rider and the gloves are maybe the most expensive. Like, no joke, as I mentioned before, like the torch is so cheap now. I think the gloves could be more expensive than the assassin torch. Which is weird, but it is what it is, man. And that was the price on hardcore. Season hardcore. 5 random keys, please. That's nuts. Wait, are we right? Yes, we are right here. Let's get a triple desk key drop for the video, come on. Yeah, Death Sentry absolutely takes care of things in combination with the Conviction Aura, which is like a little tech in the build. Sadly, this aesthetic field is it works like in a reduced way against Ubers. So it's not like you would jump onto Uber Bale and he's like, with 1 kick he's half HP. That's not quite how that works. So, but I'm not sure how it's calculated in the background. Like, all the stuff is way too nerdy for me. I'm not interested in that part of Diablo 2. But all I know is, against the Uber bosses, the static field does not work the exact same as, let's say, against a regular Bale, for example. I wanted to mention this real quick. For the skill tree. So this entire tree is obsolete on season. Feels bad, man. But yeah, it was overkill. Let's be real here. So I think it's alright that nobody can play this on season, to be honest. It's 20 points into Dragon Talon. Yeah, right now with the amount of plus kills I have, it's 5 kicks. It feels very great with 5. I would stay at 5 kicks. Friendly recommendation. But at the same time, against Ubers, it doesn't matter because you just face take the boss all the time. Maybe even, particularly against Ubers, maybe better for more kicks. I have 1 point into Dragonflight because it makes it just so. It's almost like a flicker strike type ability, and it's just fun to move around with this from pack to pack, or even use it as an escape skill. As you saw, walking to Nilatak, pack is too annoying. Then I would aim for the monster in the back and then teleport through the packs and then just keep walking. Or also, or blind, teleport through, move on. It's just nice. It's a little bit, I know, I mean, it's an assassin dash rogue type playstyle, you know what I mean? Like with this Cloak of Shadows, there's a little rotation to it, but I think it's fun. It's not a mega brain dead build, and the rotation is also not too complicated. It is always blind, placing traps, and then jumping in. That's pretty much it. I think that's cool. Yeah, Dragonflight is OP in my humble opinion. For the Shadow Disciplines, very important skill tree. So the Venom gets added to the kick and is insane in combination with Open Wounds against Ubers. They do not regenerate life. Also a D-Clown does not, you will not see a single tick life regen with the Open Wounds plus the Venom. It's crazy good. And 20 points into Fate because it gives 68% right now with the click button. It gives 27 DR. And this, in combination with this Storm Shield, gives a lot of DR. Like 50% is the cap. Now it's 62. But if I get hit with amp damage, I'm still at 30 something, 35 or so, which is great. Especially in places like Metreon's Den, or let's say Players 8, Nilatag, which this build is really, really good for. That's pretty much it for the Shadow Disciplines tree. 1 point in Cloak of Shadows is a must-have. Sadly, they got rid of the effect back then in LOD. The screen of the entire lobby got dark when you clicked this. I don't know why they changed it, man. He's bad, man. 1 point into those. It can be a distraction. The Shadow Warrior also can cast skills for me. So would have the Shadow Warrior, hidden assassin tech here, and he's casting the ability that I have equipped. So if I would walk around just like this, I don't even have to place those death sentries. The guy will place them for me, and it's the exact same. It's not some nerfed down variant of a trap or whatever. It's exactly what I have with my gear and what I have in the skill tree with the amount of plus skills and so on. So that's cool. That's a cool tech. It's a little bit also win more. It's just a win more condition. You don't need it. Doesn't make or break the build. And Mind Blast is absolutely useless for a kick build. Only the Cloak of Shadows is good. And for the traps, so to have this viable for farming, and yeah, pop the whole screen like you saw in the cow level or like here. It's like the Death Sentry. So Corpse Explosion is one of the most busted abilities in Diablo 2. And I'm straight up stealing this from the Necromancer here. It feels almost like the same playstyle. The only difference is I'm a melee and not a caster. But yeah, Death Sentry is just nice. And if you read closely, the synergies, Fire Blast, 1 shot per 3 level. And with shots, they mean how many corpses it can pop, right? And now it shoots 7 times, and it's very fast as well. And if I don't put points into Fire Blast at all, I feel like I need to recast and replace this Death Sentry too much, if that makes sense. And also, I have the points. The build is done with around level, I mean, 75 or so. And then what? And what to do with the points? And I think that's a good tech to have a few remaining points into Fire Blast. I have a Blade Shield just for style points. Sadly, in D2R, it cannot proc on hit effects. I cannot get Life Leech via the shield. It even takes away durability from the weapon. Let's make this a little bit more expensive with Enigma. And teleport to Chaos real quick. I usually teleport in offhand with Call to Arms, and Spirit has a little bit a better breakpoint for teleport. Damn, look at this density, man. That's what I mean with this like Flicker Strike type. just jumping truth packs from pack to pack. It's like this magnet, and at the same time so tanky AF because of this storm shield. So now I got hit with low resist. Look at my lightning grass. This is without fade. So absolutely insane. Giga tanky. Like at a certain point, like it feels so powerful and you feel so invincible also in Ubers. And I know how it is, right? Like I did a close to 2k Uber runs. I'm still excited doing Uber twists. It's just what it is. It is what it is, man. The event is just insane in D2. But with this build, you're really comfortable. You're really comfortable doing Ubers. And you will not rip and so on. And yeah, I wouldn't even have to separate the Uber bosses at this point with this gear. I could just jump in. And the very best part about this, in my humble opinion, nobody is playing this. Nobody is playing this build for whatever reason, therefore everything is super cheap. Like the Stormlash is maybe worth a pull rune. for whatever reason, it's probably one of the best uniques in the entire game. But I know why. The answer is Grief. Because like every other like popular melee build would use Grief, but Grief doesn't work with the kick. In order to be OP, in order to make Grief OP, you would need to hit with Grief, right? But we don't hit with the weapon, we hit with the boots. So Grief is an absolute fail here on the kicks in. No complaints. Then pull rune prize weapon is my endgame weapon. No complaints, no complaints. It's incredibly swifty. Also with this kick. I love this, man. And the smiter can't do that, you know what I mean? The smiter does not have like a teleport-like attack. And also has no access to like the corpse explorer. As I said at the beginning, it's not particularly a farming build, but if you want to farm, that's a very good setup then. But I usually only spam Nidata keys and then I trade for other keys and then I do Ubers. Ubers and declone, declone and Ubers. That's what this build is designed for. And then I would farm a bunch of torches. Then I would farm a bunch of torches. And sell them, trade them away. And then make the expensive Enigma Infinity setup. And then go back to Lightning Sanctuary. And that's a season journey I did always, right? Like even in Lord of Destructions when Assassin got released, I did this. It's nothing new, people did this all the time, but it was the least played, Assassin was, or even is, the least played class. And like even the leveling part with like Wake of Fire and Leaf, it's not just OP now. It was OP the second Assassin got introduced with Lord of Destructions, but for whatever reason, people slept on this for so long, for so many years, until now. Now Assassin is popular, or was, because of a Mosaic. But yeah, now people know, right? Leveling is insane, early season start is insane, then swapping over to a very cheap Uber setup, farming a bunch of torches, and then swapping back to Final Form Unlocked Lightning Traps with Infinity. And that's the season journey I always did on this character. Not claiming it's the best, not forcing you to copy it, but 2,000 torches in, 7,000 hours in D2R, and playing Assassin as the main class since 2008 speak for itself. Thanks for watching. Feel free to let me know what you're thinking about this, and have a nice day, guys. Later!